I I couldn't breathe, and it was like one of the worst pains that I had felt.
Only on News 4 tonight, COVID-19 hits a local family of first responders. The husband, who's a K-9 officer, ended up in the hospital. His wife, a 911 operator, can't work because she's quarantined. You're watching News 4 at 10 on air and streaming. I'm Corey Stark. Samantha Jones has the night off. Tonight, Russell Kinsaw speaks to the family who serves others who is now in need of your help. Russell?
Corey, a husband and wife who work to keep the community safe. Him as a police officer, her as a 911 operator, have been sidelined from serving the community because of COVID. Officer Sean Hendel just got released from the hospital last night.
I still feel like 10 tons of crap, but it's a lot better than what it was.
Sean Hendel is a K-9 police officer at a department that's in St. Louis County. Nearly 2 weeks ago, he tested positive for COVID, and 2 days later, his condition got worse.
Then I started having problems breathing. And I finally just looked at my wife and I said, something's wrong. I can't catch my breath. My oxygen levels went under 80.
Hendel was admitted to a hospital. Tests found pneumonia and blood clots in his lungs. The Hendels have 4 kids under the age of 7. The next bad news, their 6-month-old Carson also tested positive.
Things kept piling up on each other. And once we found out he was positive, it really didn't help. We were freaking out.
After 10 days in the hospital, Officer Hendel was allowed to go home. He knows it could have been worse.
The only thing that I left with was scarring in both my lungs from the pneumonia and the clots, because they were actually able to catch it before it got too bad.
Jessica's a 911 operator at an agency in St. Charles County. She's out of work for a month because of the quarantine time for her husband and then her son.
It got pushed back again when my son Carson came up positive as well. So as long as everybody is negative and doing well, I should be able to go back on the 21st.
A GoFundMe account has been set up to help this first responder family that can't work right now and are facing big medical bills.
I can only imagine for continuous care for the 10 days I was there and the amount of care that I had and the stuff they had to do. It's not going to be cheap. I can tell you that.
They're a family that serves the community and had a sobering encounter with COVID.
It almost, put me in the ground.
6-month-old Carson only had mild symptoms, and Sean said he's not against getting vaccinated. He just hasn't decided to go ahead and get it yet. We're going to put a link to that GoFundMe account on my story on KMOV.com. Russell Kinsaw, News 4.